When I had my second child, afterwards I went through postpartum psychosis, and I spent 2 weeks in the psychiatric unit, away from my kids, away from my family, very strict visiting hours. I had a 24/7 sitter by my side the entire time. And after I got out and went home, I followed up with my OBGYN to explain to him what had happened, because I thought it would be important to do that. And I told him, I said, I'm a registered nurse. I didn't know this could happen. And he hadn't seen it in about 10 years in any of his patients. And he said to me, that's a heck of a way to find out about it. The week leading up to my crisis, nobody really knew something was wrong or something was off until it was very wrong. And the day of my crisis, my husband stepped out to make a phone call, and I thought Jesus was returning. I grabbed up my kids and I said, please, I grabbed them and held them close, and I said, please save us, please save our children, please save our family, please save our friends. And my husband came back inside and he said, what are you doing? I said, I'm praying to be saved. He said I was white as a ghost, and I passed out. He appropriately called 911. And when you call 911 for a psychiatric emergency, the sheriff's department comes, the police department comes, fire truck comes, the ambulance comes, everybody comes. The supervisors of all those departments come. And we lived in a townhouse at that time with very close neighbors. So they all came outside to see what was going on. And they put me inside the ambulance. I got back out. I told them, I said, I'm fine. Y'all go on, I'm fine. Clearly I was not. I was taken to the ER and diagnosed with postpartum psychosis. It was a very scary time. I was hallucinating. I thought that people were watching me through the TV. When I went into inpatient, I was treated with antipsychotics, antidepressants, and an occasional injection to calm me down. I had a sitter with me 24/7 to keep me safe and others safe, because I did mark the checkbox every day that I was having suicidal thoughts. I had no history of mental health issues, and I got out and knew exactly the checkboxes to mark to be discharged from the inpatient unit to get home to my kids, because that was my number one goal, was to get out of the inpatient unit and to get home to my family. At one point, I got so angry and so aggravated about all of these restrictions they were putting on me, that I didn't feel like I could deal with it anymore. And while my husband was driving us around with my baby in the back seat, I tried to jump out of the truck. And it was very fortunate that my husband was so quick to push the lock button, or else I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for the massive amounts of prayer that my family and our community put around us, and my faith that God had me. But the one thing I do want moms and families to know is they're not alone when you have an emotional challenge as a mom. For so long, I went without help, and it almost cost me my life. I should have reached out for help. It's okay to say I'm struggling. It's okay to say I'm depressed. It's okay to reach out for help. It's okay to ask your doctor what you need to get help. And it's okay to say that I don't feel like being a mom today. It's okay. With help, you'll be well. And with treatment, it'll be okay.